So if everybody was to type in, I was a teenage nuclear guinea pig into Google, we might get a trendy topic out there. One of these days, if we work really, really hard at it. If we're non-stop, if we don't slow down. Still won't happen like it is right now, but because Google controls the trending topics, I gotta make sure I got audio. One moment, please. And good night to everybody. We got another stream in the night. We're going to take advantage of it. We're going to go hammer time for the next hour. And we got a wild one for us tonight. It's full steam ahead. Just as soon as I double check the audio, because if I don't, it'll come back and get me. Good night, everybody. I'm just looking at you. And we're ready to go any moment here. I'm going to take you all the way back to March the 15th, 2011. Photographer in Fukushima. It is a panic there. No way to escape as the gas stations are closed and the rescuers are all gone. It's a sobering headline. I'm stuttering. What's going on? Well, that stream is stalling. Is conversation stalling? Let me know, folks. Hugs for everybody. There's no reason. I'm plugged directly in. It's a good connection. It must be just a wireless grabbing a shitty connection. Excuse the language. Nuclear industry, April 3rd, 2011. Propaganda about low-level radiation is absolute rubbish. And I think that was Caldecott. April 3rd, 2011. Hi, everybody. See the comments there. I'm going to close this one down, get rid of the noise. And open it up over here, and I'll come in and check out. Sounds great. Looks great, Mickey. Okay. Okay, I've got this one here. Probably a poor term for the night, and we're going. Let's hit it. Let's hit it hard. Open up there. So, bananas got nothing to do with radiation. If someone says that, you can't trust another thing that ever come out of their mouth before or after, and certainly during. If they mention potato chips, you can never trust another word that come out of that person's mouth before or after. If they are, and that's what that headline really means about. It's all about internal emitters, and she taught at Harvard, and so she should be taken serious. Radioactive rain caused 130 schools in Korea to close. April 7, 2011. Korean Times. I'm not going to include the headlines of the names of the newspaper. I'm sick of doing that. It's all mainstream media. Radioactive rain caused 130 schools in Korea to close, yet rain in California had 10 times more radiation. In fact, it was 20 million particles, ionized radiated particles from Fukushima in a liter of rainwater. That's mad. But cancer takes 5, 10, 15, 20 years to manifest. And people who eat healthy, it'll take longer. Humans' embryos in U.S. likely bioaccumulating radioactive iodine, cesium, and strontium. April 10, 2011. Let's bang right through these suckers. April 11, 2011, high radiation levels caused Japan to expand a nuclear evacuation zone again. April 12, 2011, New York Times exposes gleeful radiation expert trying to calm the public with bananas. If you eat I can fill the house up with bananas, I'm not going to get cancer. I eat bananas all day, I'm not going to get cancer because it's homeostasis. You should look it up. And it's where your body regulates potassium. So bananas got nothing to do with it. Your body regulates it like a thermostat regulates the heat. Is best the Tokyo TEPCO could do. And he said, I don't believe a word. I don't believe it is possible, said the residents. April 17, 2011. May 2nd, 2011, medical experts. Japan's safety standards and radiation levels for children are unconscionable. May 2nd, 2011. May 2nd, 2011. Cover-up allegations hurting the Japanese government. They made 5,000 models in the first 50 days and paid for by the taxpayers and never bothered telling them. Only 1%, says the Prime Minister, is exercising sufficient leadership. The whole country, 99, including the employees, were like, frig, man, we're covering it up, but this is stupid. So let's get Abe in there. He'll fuck everything up and we don't have to worry about it. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Huge outcry erupting. May the 26th, 2011. Government is leaving Fukushima to suffer and perish. It's impossible to evacuate Fukushima City, home to 300,000. And that's just one city. The radiation went 300,000 becquerels minimum from one end of the country right to the other end of the country. And just to make sure, for good measures, they're going to dig it up, the real good stuff, and bring it to another prefecture, grind it up and put it in the incinerator, make sure everybody gets their patriotic dose. And keep going. June 1st, 2011, residents fear radiation levels higher than reported. You have no idea. 1, 2, and 3, and 4 have released incredible, inconceivable amounts that covered the whole country. It's not just a plume that came out of there. Okay, it's not just like a plume came out and they got tracking or everybody's following it and the media's in the helicopter like it was with that tsunami where they're all following the front of it. But I mean, that went 500 miles. So the carnage was unimaginable. You know, it was hell. This is hell. What happened? It's particularly for the Japanese, the thousands that are missing, that were trying to drive out of the way of this monster coming at them. And there's people probably stopped for stop signs, for goodness sakes. Residents fear radiation levels are higher than reported. Okay, June the 8th, 2011, researchers current could rapidly carry the radioactivity into the interior of the Pacific Ocean. It had already made it, and it was recorded by the Japanese government hitting Alaska in 30 days. Their experts had it 1,500 miles off the coastline because it travels at 2 miles an hour. That's what that current travels at. So in 30 days, it's 1,500 miles. But every day behind it was another 50 square miles. And so when you're looking at 1,170 plus days, let me keep going. Unit 4, by the way, had another major flare-up. And I caught that last night, but Kevin has a video of it, and you'll find his links below. That Unit 4, and he's linking over to a 30-minute video. And so there's something going on there. Obviously, this place is out of control. This is why they brought in all the secrecy laws, why they made it illegal to report anything. This is why they had the bombing at the military base, so they can bring in all these new legislations and laws. This was a bomb outside the fence that was in a little container that never even blew up a tree, but was used to hurry in and rubber stamp draconian, tyrannical secrecy laws and dictatorship and tyrannical powers, and is being used because they knew this plant, after 1,100 days, they ran out of the homeless, because that's what they're using there. The most difficult job on the planet, we're using the homeless. You're not going to see David Suzuki down there walking around saying, "Here, I gave him a hammer." You won't see people down there with cutting torches working on those buildings in Tepco's video. You're not going to see anybody down there steeplejack or scaffold connection, building scaffolds, or even putting a bid in on it because they don't want nothing to do with it. Prime Minister former's advisor, government worsened radiation exposure, says thyroid cancer expected in children from Fukushima and nearby prefectures. Woo-hoo-hoo. You got no idea how far off the mark you are on that one. If it was only that, you got to realize what came out of there. This is, what was the numbers? I can't remember from last night. But a rod has 42,000. I have to do the numbers. I can't say it. I can't remember. But anyway, there was 10 times more iodine-132, right? And that was 9 times more easily uptaked into the thyroid. And what didn't go there went and sequestered into your organs and everywhere else. There was 30 times more at the same times iodine-133. And that's the same thing. That'll knock you into a tumor machine. Not to mention, none of this stuff travels alone. Forget about the cesium. Worry about 100 times more strontium-90. But let me keep going, digressing. Because they are in a union, right? And truck fires are so dangerous, the union says, hey, there was a truck fire. A truck fire. That's why we don't got no trucks in our country here in Canada. Because we take a hit. Because if you're going to abandon that, what would happen if you had one on the highway? You have to abandon our highways because, well, it was okay. They got away with it because they had a radiation exposure 9 days later. Nobody had to go back down at whip. Right? And so nobody really understands that the first 9 days they couldn't go down there was because of a truck fire. The trucks are so friggin' dangerous. Like bananas and potato chips and licking those iPhone chargers. Let me keep going. Hard to imagine something more frightening than a 5-year-old marching off to an irradiated school playgrounds with Geiger counters strapped to their chest. Patriotic Japanese children. June 11, 2001. Why are you shouting, Dana? I don't know. I really truly don't know. Radiation hotspots found in Tokyo. 3.5 times limit set by the Japanese whack jobs in Tokyo. They were going to move the Japanese government 200 miles west because the prevailing winds are from the west, farther past Tokyo. Because guess what? Tokyo wasn't spared. Tokyo has fallen, and it wasn't a giant gecko. Report. TEPCO paid for the creation of a blacklist of actors, and I was going to say actors and musicians. Hell, I'm going to say it anyway. Of actors and musicians who are against the nuclear industry. Shame on you. Do you want a job? You better get out there and pander. Get out there and say you're sorry on Twitter and Facebook. You're gods. I lost it tonight. June 23rd, 2011. Parts of school playground declared off limit. Just think about that statement. It's not funny. 200 kilometers southeast Fukushima. You'll be okay over there. Oh, Jesus. You can't make it up if you tried. No, the kids shouldn't play over here because things are looking pretty weird. We're just going to move over here. Hey, you get over here and put a flag here with a universal marker on it telling the kids in all languages not to play over there because it might be fucking deadly. Oh, Jesus. What happens when it rains? Does that stuff move around, I wonder? What about when it snows? I'm not going to say stupid, I'm going to say you're crazy. Yeah, it's all okay, it's like a banana. It'll just sit there. I lost it finally. Children's staff, they're supposed to wear hats and gargle. Well, it's better than smile, it won't hurt you. July the 1st, 2011, Tokyo tea leaves at 2,700 disintegrations, decays, atomic, radioactive man-made decays a second, a kilogram of radioactive cesium. And if you checked, it would have been 100 times that in strontium. Now get out the calculator. Get out that calculator and let it sit in there warming up, Dana. What's wrong with you? Takes my calculator just decades to warm up. Oh, it's ready to go. Got a big green light there. Hang on. 2,700 decays a second. Okay. Times. The 100 is too easy, so I'm going to go times 99 times strontium. Not 100. I'm going to lowball the numbers a little bit. That's 267,000 decays a second. That's what you call dead man walking. Dead man walking. Dead man walking. Dead man walking. You're walking. Walking. Dead man. Just lick your iPhone charger and everything will be cool. Cause Whip said it's trendy. Everybody gotta lick your iPhone chargers. Mine are all plugged in. I'm not going down that road. Got me last time. Still hurting. Professor, Fukushima consequences are unlimited in space, time, and social dimension. That pretty well covers it all. My job's done. It doesn't have a limit. But they're all wrong. Dana Fox is right. CNN wouldn't lie, Dana. They're all wrong. All 8,000 of them that I covered are wrong. July 7, 2011, Professor, Fukushima consequences are unlimited. I love that one. I got that one more time. Unlimited in space? That's pretty cool. Unlimited in time and unlimited in social dimensions. Whatever that is. It doesn't have a limit, so that clears it up. July 7, 2011, nuclear reactor on the North Carolina college campus is leaking radiation since last Friday. And the public is not told because radioactivity was compared to what someone might receive getting an x-ray. Because the whole world is stupid. Because they're that good at their job. Am I clicking, clacking around? I better check. See if anybody's yelling at me. Dana, get back on track. You sound like Donald Duck with the flow. It's Ducky. Here we go. No, it looks good. No one's yelling, Dana. Check your fucking volume. Sorry, folks. Here we go. Rock and rolling. I got a lot to get through. I better start moving. Nuclear reactor. We covered that one. They're exporting radioactive beef. July 25th, university radiation test finds 56.9 microsieverts an hour at an elementary school drain. 20.8 at a government building. 20, oh, and by the way, 20 times higher than official numbers. They've been jacking the numbers up according to what they find. How much? Okay, West said they got like a wheel of fortune, and each number is higher. And when they use one, they take it off the wheel and they keep spinning until they get a higher number. That's what they're actually doing there. I swear. July 28, 2011, muzzled. Fukushima teacher quits after stopped from alerting the students about radiation exposure. The assistant principal says, I don't think the children are safe either, but I need a pension, and people call me sir, and that's, the government said they guaranteed a pension. Who am I? What, they're going to get less cancer at home? I got to give them an education, boy. Bloomberg, everyone is being bitten by the invisible snakes that will eventually kill them, says the professor visiting Fukushima. He got a wake-up call. He never slept that night. He was like, holy shit, 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 holy shit. The fearmongers were all right. Come on, Bloomberg. We'll do a revolution. Fukushima. Children going. I know somebody would jack that out of my video and put it away later on when you want to demonize me. They'll beat the shit right out of me for that clip. Fukushima going to the Vatican. Promise Pope they will never lose their smiles, which are a source of hope. That's it? Isn't there a lot against the Vatican, the priest being in the same room with children by themselves? We had to sell all the Catholic schools in Newfoundland. We had to sell all the Catholic dioceses where they lived into, where there's the thick dark curtains like that thick. They had to sell the graveyards. They had to sell all the churches in Newfoundland. The headline in Newfoundland was, there's no more midnight mass in Newfoundland because the priest all got to be back in jail by 11 o'clock. And I'm not kidding you. That's not a punchline or a joke. That was the headline for the major media. Well, yeah. And what did the people do? They bought the churches and gave them back to the pedophiles. You tell me we don't live in a twisted, demented, unhinged society? That's okay, boy. At any rate, we can a couple dozen times. Taught him a few lessons. He don't scream anymore. He just cries himself to sleep. The problem was I had a bunch of my friends were Catholic, and I took offense to it and done things about it. It got me in a whole lot of trouble, and here we are today. I didn't take it from them. My friends didn't take it from them. I grew up in those days, you know. Radiation hotspots, but I'm not Catholic. Shut your yak. I'm not Catholic. Don't go there. Just kidding you. What are you doing, Zoe? Are you all happy now because we got rain falling? You won't let me close the door because you had to slide and snore for the last 3 hours like it's cold. It's the first bit of rain we had in weeks. The dog just in front of the door because it just started raining a few hours ago and finally woke up. Just lying there snoring the whole friggin' time. Finally got some friggin' rain. Getting tired of smelling my butt shit out there in the garden all the time. Radiation found friggin' everywhere. Let me come back down. Hang on. That's the wrong one. I gotta go backwards. Given current conditions, a 6 to mine. Yeah. Oh yeah, right. I'm not gonna get through all I want to get through. I better get my ass in gear, get my butt in gear, stop being a clown, Dana. Nursery school, August the 15th, 2011. It was a good year for staying indoors. Nursery school, Geiger counter nearly off the scale, near play equipment. The topsoil has already been replaced. The whole city's contaminated. Every time it rains or pours, it just mixes it again. And it goes way down into the soil. The grass is all contaminated. It's just like hell on earth. They shouldn't be in that part of the country. They evacuated 7,500 communities in the Tetra River permanently. 9,000 square kilometers permanently. You got to evacuate Japan permanently, or there's not going to be Japanese people in the future, or anybody else on this planet, if we don't go deal with it. Let me keep going. I'm doing headlines tonight. August 17, 2011, researcher. Tokyo sample had radioactivity levels higher than Chernobyl explosion zone. It's a very, very high level. 3,500 kilometers of Chernobyl is so contaminated, it's evacuated. Like the Tetra River, 9,000 square miles. But the Soviet Union, that was just a really high shit. It's way outside of that. It's more like 25,000 square miles of Chernobyl. It's contaminated. Real bad. And 12 becquerels of radiation will cause permanent damage to children living in that environment. 50 becquerels will cause permanent damage to all the organs and all of our bodies, no matter what kind of health, shape, wealth, political class, religion, ideology you come from. You're all gonna get it real friggin' bad, and it's gonna get worse because we don't deal with it, because we ignore it, because we pretend it's not happening, because we just think about, let it happen to them, we don't care. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Just fill up the entire planet with an invisible snowstorm of radiation, and it's fine, boy. You gotta think about what you've done. It's not just Fukushima. It's not just Fukushima. It's every nuclear plant on this planet is hemorrhaging into our environment. Minimum, each fuel pool and is 120,000 liters a day. You hear the saying there's 440 nuclear power plants on the planet. Every one of them are 120,000 liters a day. Every one of them are boiling 1 million gallons a minute. And they're sterilizing your oceans and sterilizing your rivers that way. And they've been doing this for 70 years. But they're all releasing at least for each fuel pool 120,000 liters a day, not counting all the waste. They can't contain it. They can't pressurize a vessel the noble gases from the radioactive material will blow it apart. It creates a supernova types of explosions for their size. In comparison, if you scale it up, you could have a supernova in no time at all. These elements are not made on the sun. You're not going to find them on Pluto. You're not going to find them on Utopia in the solar system because they're man-made here on the planet. Nothing on the planet can deal with it. Let me keep going. 10 trillion becquerels an hour of radiation currently being released from Fukushima plant. Now that's just that's a tiny fraction of what's actually going on, but at least that's a number that should enlighten you a little tiny bit. It's more like 10 trillion becquerels per minute that's hemorrhaging to our ocean. And so think of St. Paddy's Day every minute of radioactive material, and the dye doesn't disappear for hundreds of years. Would you get it then? Would you get it then? When you're retired and you're looking out at the ocean, it's all nice and St. Paddy's Day, and everything is floating belly up with its feet up in the air, and the birds are crawling up and looking at you and puking up and dying there. Will you get it? August 22nd, 2011, 27,000 becquerels a kilogram cesium in kindergarten near west coast of Japan. West coast of Japan is weight on the other end of Japan. 27,000 becquerels a kilogram. Cesium. Want to scale that one up to the strontium? We won't do the uranium and the plutonium. Well, let's scale it up. Let's scale it up. Let's do that. Let's at least give them that. Let's give them that. At least hang on. And for 1 second, 27,000. I'm going to undercut it now. I'm going to say it's only 98 times more strontium, because it's actually 100. But say times 98. That can't be a bad number. That's 2.6 million becquerels in a kilogram at a kindergarten. That's a lot. Okay. August 22nd, 2011. I'm in one of those moods tonight. That's why I had the title there, I guess. August 23rd. By the way, I was watching that. That was a teenage nuclear. And that's what I mean. These are all children that will be teenage nuclear werewolves, you know. Researchers too frightened to get closer than 100 kilometers from the meltdown after seeing the radiation level. Like, what? I don't need to go there. Nah, it's okay, man. I got everything I need. Hey, the Geiger counter's broken. We can't take it. It's no good. We don't know what's going on. We better get out of here, just in case. No, he was like, come on, let's get out of here, man. Come on, man, let's go. He was like shitting himself. We gotta go back. We gotta go right now. August 23rd, 2011, and go eat gold. August 25th, 2011, paper, Japan, raising radiation limits again. August 25th. August 26th, Virginia government declares a state of emergency. The damage from the quake is greater than first reported, and a hurricane threatens already weakened structures. August 27, 2011, Professor, radioactive particles from Fukushima, like poison gas, except it's not. It is going to kill you in a few years, not immediately. I'm stuttering now. August 29, because I got out of my voice. August 29, 2011, lick your iPhone chargers now. School playground staircase has radiation of 70 times the maximum allowed. Well, there's no allowed. Every single one you get into, it turns into a cancer. That's what it does to you. You get a uranium and a plutonium and a strontium and blah. You did. You get these different tumors, different cancers, different leukemias. Rare, strange, magical. Right? Yay! I got a big tumor. It's okay though. You should see me, buddy. Ha ha! You got a big one on his neck. He's like that all the time. School playground 70 times. So every one of those kids got hammered. Do you think they're gonna grow up fine? They'll smile, Dana. They'll put on caps and gargle. They'll be okay, Dana. Leave it alone, Dana. Move along. Nothing to see here, folks. Just kids dying. Or kids that'll, by the time they're teenagers, are going to be a nuclear experiment. because nobody will help them. That they're in the position to do it. There's so many people out here. It's not for lack of people trying to get this information out there. There's no lack of us out there. I know I live in my own little tiny world. You have no idea. And it's all nuclear. And so I kind of live in my own little world because that's the only way to manage the load that I got. The load that I put on myself. I know when to stop. I know when to back down. I know when to crash and burn. Because I am afforded that ability. I am privileged. I am Canadian. And I had this opportunity, probably the last opportunity in history, to try to get it right. And I will do everything in my power to try to get it right. And I have been at this relentlessly, like everybody else. But with a consumption and an understanding now that I have to get it right. That I have to get this right at all costs. We have to get it right, but I have to do my job for my own self, right? It's about me. I have to get it right. I can't make a mistake. That's why I do the things I do. But I'll make mistakes. I don't say potato chips. I don't say walking in sunshine. I don't say banana, because that would make me look stupid. And this is the very thing I fear. And as I go out and look back through the information, that's all I see is bananas and walking in sunshine. And I don't hear anything about Dr. Raymond Gilmetti feeding the beagle puppies and doggies for over 3 decades plutonium and americium. I don't hear you talking about that, saying, killed all the beagles all the time for decades. And do you think that's the only thing they were doing it on? Do you think they weren't doing it on little wiener dogs and everything else? And Labrador retrievers and every creature under the sun? Just gathering, compiling, just 4,000 peer-reviewed academics to studies a day, and they're all locked away, so you have no idea what's going on, what they're up to. You can't even conceive it. I can't conceive it. I can imagine, but I can't conceive it. Let me keep screwing up at this point. Daycares, hospitals. Yeah. 75% of Fukushima's 300,000 children going to school so contaminated they would be radiation control areas in nuclear power plants. In other words, you weren't allowed in there. They have all the signs there, the fence there. They would, when they do their safety talks in the morning, they'll tell everybody, stay the frig away, the wind's blowing from the south-southeast at about 5 knots, so if you run really fast, you're going to get the same dose as eating 500 bananas. September 20th, 2011. September 21st, 2011, Professor, Fukushima certainly worse than Chernobyl. Similar quality of radioactivity released. Similar qualities? Hallelujah. Chernobyl 1/3 the size of Fukushima. Yeah. Say it after Dana. Chernobyl 1/3 the size of Fukushima. Ma. You gotta go like that. Go ma. So, let me think about this for a second. Chernobyl is 1/3 the size of Fukushima. Reactors. Okay. Did Chernobyl have a fuel pool? No. Did Fukushima have a fuel pool? Yeah. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Fuel. I use that term lightly. In the sense of it has a fuel pool. It has no fuel pool. It has melted maybe in somewhere, and there are pieces of it. It had detonations. But it had massive, inconceivable meltdowns. Like Unit 4 just blew apart a couple of times, hydrogen explosions. Like you think about these explosions were felt miles away. Unit 3 is missing. That was max fuel 2 million times worse than any other reactor on the planet. Including Fukushima. Including Chernobyl. And Chernobyl, 1/3 the size, a 30% meltdown. 1/3 the size, 30% meltdown. That's 18. So number 3 was 18 million times worse. I better get going. Similar qualities of radioactive release. about Chernobyl, but more people affected in Japan disaster because they were in the line of fire every day. Yeah, some of it blew out to sea, and that's what they want you to believe. Oh, most of it blew out to sea. It ejected at 15,000 in one study, feet straight up, and it ejected at 25,000 feet up in another study in Japan. That's right into the jet streams. But you think about the pollution comes across the ocean from automobiles. They're great big particles. They come right across the ocean. Trans-Pacific. Look them up, studies about it. Or forest fires in Asia and all that. Smoke comes over and counts on the indexes for pollution because it lingers. These are much bigger particles, and it lingers for months over California, over America, over Canada. What do you think happens with things, with atoms, radioactive atoms, and particles, ionized, radiated, that are 1/10,000th of a millionth of a meter? October 3rd, 2011 reports deformation in 3 dead rats from Tokyo. Mutation of pink grasshopper pigment in Chiba. That's like 20 kilometers outside of Tokyo, I think. And that was October 3rd. October 4th, mother finds 20 times higher radioactivity than normal in child's bedroom. Than normal. Well, normal in a glass of water is 7,500. That's normal. Not going to hurt you. It's homeostasis. Taxi funny. Now, if you multiply that by 20 and put a man-made radioactive element in that equation, that child is as good as dead. You can't live in that environment. That's why we have the NRC. That's why we have all the rules and regulations. That's why we have all the sarcophagus. I can't even say that word because it's not true. They're supposed to put these things in a sarcophagus till the end of time, but they can't. They have to vent them or they blow up. So everything is vented. It's not just the fuel pools boiling off 120,000 litres a day into your community every day per fuel pool, and most of your plants got more than one. What's the ratio they got done to San Fe storage fuel pool? It's supposed to have like 1,100 or 1,800 rather rods in it, and they got 27,000 in there. I'll keep going. All rods are broken. As soon as you went into the chain reaction, all of them are releasing cesium and 100 times more strontium and uranium and plutonium all the time in that fuel pool. All the friggin' time. And that boils off and evaporates 120,000 litres a day. And 440 nuclear plants that are boiling 1 million gallons a minute and killing. You think about a glass of water, let alone a gallon of salt water. A glass of water with 75 to 100 million phytoplankton. A glass of water with billions of other little tiny creatures and animals. I shouldn't call them creatures, but animals. Because I kind of reserved the word creature for the nuclear industry, the nuclear apologists, the nuclear lobby, the mafia, the nuclear nut jobs. Disgusting. They're not like us, like humans. October the 5th, 2011, radiation 5 times higher than July. School got 150,000 becquerels a kilogram nearby. Well, let's put that in the context. They ended like a crazy man tonight. I know. I apologize, folks. But not much you can do. That's what you got. Sue me. Okay, 150,000. Whoa, you're going to like this one. And the number was times 20. We'll lowball it. We'll say 26. To get, wait for it, square meter times 26. So when a child stands up, does he stand up on a kilogram? Or does he spread his legs and stand in like a little square meter? So now he's standing in 3.9 million cesium. So let's multiply that times 97 times strontium, because that's what was there. So we got 3.9 million becquerels a second, decay in his ear, all around him, radioactive material going on from the fission products, and times 97 strontium is a big friggin' number. We're 378 million. Now that's actually a cubic meter. In a cubic meter of ground. So let's half that, because that's a pretty big number. We can afford to half that one. 378 million divided by Let's give him a little leeway. 2.1 instead of 2. Still works out to a brutal 180 million becquerels in a square meter. How many kids do stand in a square meter? Would you want your kid going to that school? Would you go out in the playground and hang out all day, every day in that area? Even if you had one of those weirdo suits on? And a lead belt around your pelvis? No. Why not? Because you're not stupid. October the 6th, University of Pittsburgh radiation expert. Child cancer risk doubles if exposed to just a couple of x-rays worth of radiation during pregnancy. If you ingest it, how is that going to come into the equation? I wonder. I'm talking to Dana robot voice tonight. Sorry, I speed it up. And tonight there's University of Pittsburgh radiation expert says cancer doubles. Blah, 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 blah. Strontium-90 in Miami area teat samples up to 34 times. 34. 34, 34, 34, 34, 30. Hey. Eyes on the man. 34. 34 times. How you liking that? You like your strontium now, do you? You liking it now? Give me some more strontium. I know, Dana Madman. Let me bang away. Let me keep banging away. We still got 15 minutes to go. U.S. Department of Energy lab in Pacific Northwest has declined to make the nuclear fallout results public. Yeah, you paid us, but we're not going to show it to you. Yeah, you're paying for a pension, but we're not going to show for it. Yeah, you paid for the equipment, but we're not going to show it to you. Because all you got to do is like your iPhone, because it's trendy. That was April 6, 2011. June 1st, 2011, government's answer to protecting children in Fukushima from radioactive fallout is brilliant. It's borderline genius. You gotta wear long sleeve shirts. Let's go. Ha ha. Ho ho ho. See, it's that easy. And don't breathe in. Hold your nose. Don't let any water fall in you. July 1st, 2011. Done that one. August 22nd, Japan journalist is like killing their own children. I cannot allow it to happen. The teachers are forcing students to eat food that parents fear is contaminated with radiation. Because we know these demented, twisted nut jobs have purposely poisoned the children with radiation food in order to keep the agricultural going in Fukushima. I know. Crazy. Let me keep going here. Hold up. Please share. Save children. 60 kilometers from the meltdown. Students are walking by stuff so radioactive. It's like losing a kidney. November the 5th, 2011. December the 7th, 2011. Japanese teacher. Student being taught pro-nuclear propaganda. Told radiation risk is less than dying of old age. I never heard that one before. That's a good one. I like her. She's got class. She brought up something trendy. It's not only iPhone chargers that are trending. December the 7th, 2011. December 27th. These little experiments don't stop. When it comes to Fukushima, we're all downwinders. Ha! Yay! Woo! Win! Score for the team. December 27th. Merry Christmas. December 29, Happy New Year, Safecast blog. I was surprised to see my family members suddenly fall ill. They had not had any major diseases, and then they're all bleeding from everything. Probably not Fukushima, though. Blah, blah, blah. January 13, 2012, radioactive plague for lotus eaters in Japan. Results astonishing, says a researcher. Radioactive plague for lotus eaters. So people eat lotus, grasshopper. Oh, grasshopper, when you go snatch this pebble from my hand. Radiation will not be able to hurt you. You can snatch this lotus from my hand. Radiation will not be able to hurt you. Fuck it. Wall Street Journal. Well, who cares? It's just lotus. People eat lotus. They probably deserved it. They deserve those tumors. Nuclear scientists, because lotus eats everything, right? And so radiation, because they catch them down there. Nuclear scientists, like a horror show, isn't it? Nuclear scientists, Nagasaki survivors, cancel Fukushima press conference because government official worried about causing fucking, excuse the language, widespread panic. Ah! That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you were paid to do. That's why you took the job. That's what you said to your wife and children and your friends. I'm here to protect and serve. Make sure this equipment works perfectly, and if we have a event, we can all benefit from my pension. I earned it. I learned everything. But then when the day came, you're like, honey, well, I won't get a pension. We're not going to get any more checks coming in. Won't be able to make payments on the house. Yeah, it's radiated, but it's ours. We only own another 2,500 payments, and it'll be ours. And we got to give up the 50-inch TV and the cable. Ah! They can't do that. Besides, everybody at work's not going to quit. I don't want to look like a coward. Anyway. Japan lawmaker, 180,000 students may have eaten radioactive beef. 1,300 becquerels a kilogram. Hang on. Let's get that calculator rocking. What does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. What does that mean, Mr. Computer? Well, let's check it out, Mr. 1300. That's pretty easy. I could do that. See, that's easy. Watch this. And we're going to multiply that by 96 times strontium. Because there's at least 100 times, but we're going to lowball it. Times 96. Now how much were they eating? That 124,000. Did you see what the kindergartens were doing? Shut up, you whining little snivellers. You'll be so lucky. 124,000 becquerels. You like your beef, Timmy? Yeah, I really do. Have some more, Timmy. You little bugger. You look good in the chemo ward later. February 6th, 2012. Blah, 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 at the high school in Tokyo. May the 9th, 2012. Blah, 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 blah. Rumors of stressed out Fukushima nuclear workers attacking women. Ah, fuck it. I gotta hit somebody. I'll go hit the boss. Jesus, he's the mob boys, the Yakuzos. Can't hit them. They make you work on reactor 3. You gotta stay away from those guys. They're crazy. June the 23rd, 2012. Inspiring. Latest footage from inside massive protest at the Prime Minister's house. Yeah, bring it to him. You should have burnt it to the ground. Should have burnt it. With him in it. Battle between the people of Japan and their retarded, mentally ill, demented, twisted, sick, murderous government. Just seems to intensify more and more and more in June 23rd, 2012. June the 13th. 1 million becquerels of cesium at the Fukushima school. Hey, whoa. Let's do the numbers on that one. We're going to say 95 times. Did I mess that one up? What was that number? I can't hear you. 1 million. It's a good thing I got a good memory. Hang on. 1 million. There she be with 6 zeros. She's a pretty little one, I tell you what. All the little pretty zeros following her around. It's cute. You should see it. It's Wonder Bears. Times 95. We're going to lowball it again. Strontium. I wonder what that could be. 95. Wait, now I'm doing it on the calculator. Times 1 million. I don't know. It's a big number. 95 times 1 million. It's a good thing I got a calculator. 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3 zeros. And then you never guess it, but a 5 and then the 9. What the hell does that mean? That's like over 94 million becquerels. It's over 94. I can't remember after that. We weren't taught that. I gotta go check to see if I'm allowed to say that shit on here. So 95 million becquerels in a kilogram. Are you liking your beef now, Timmy? Is it good? Yeah, it'll be okay, Timmy. It'll be good. Because your teacher, he's there to protect you. Your government is there to protect you. We wouldn't turn you into a human guinea pig. We wouldn't do it to you, Timmy. We wouldn't do it to you and everybody else. To keep our pensions. August the 4th, 2012, Japan Times in Fukushima here. I'm really terrified, said the mother. Another in tears. I just hope my son will stay healthy. I'm deeply concerned, said his father, because he's dying of Fukushima. Teacher, I'm lying to a room full of students. Fukushima city should be evacuated. August the 24th. Okay, let me jump again. La 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 la. April the 12th, 2011. Guardian, Fukushima meltdown. I covered that one. What's up, Timmy? Come back over to this page here. Yeah, there it was. I got too much. University of... that's right. Oh, yeah, you're going to like this one. Haha, here it comes. It's bad. This is frightening. You got a pillow. Now's the time to hide under it. Before it's too late. 8-year-old girl got 3,000 disintegrations of radioactive cesium every second. Becquerels inside her body. But nobody's been hurt. Nobody's been affected. The sardines are fine. The squid are fine. The anchovies are fine, Dana. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good, Dana. Shut up, Dana. You wouldn't believe the rhetoric I've been getting lately. Let's get our old calculator. 3,000. No two becquerels are the same. 3,000 becquerels. Time 94 strontium. Alright, here we go. Big numbers. Big. Little pansy. 28,000 becquerels a second of strontium. It's going to take 5-10 years to get the leukemia and cancers from that. Don't worry about it. You smile. Get a long sleeve shirt. Wear a hat. Gargle. Really important. You gargle. Life is good. Unless you're at Diachi Elementary, where it's 4 million becquerels a square meter. That's a bit better than a cubic or a kilogram, because a kilogram you multiply by 26 and you get a square meter. 4 million becquerels. What do I do with that one, I wonder? Alright. Government study. Children live in their nuclear plants at double leukemia rates. And all kinds of other issues. They don't bother putting into the equation autoimmune deficiencies. High incidence of solid cancers. Reactors cannot prevent radiation from escaping because they let it go. They're not trying to. We were so lucky. All countries with nuclear reactors have nuclear bomb factories. Yeah. Including Syria and Saudi Arabia and Iran and Pakistan and Israel and Canada, the mentally demented ones that are making it for the Americans. Yeah, we're going to ship some waste down to America. That's not waste. That's plutonium. That's enriched, weaponized materials they're shipping. Ontario's finished, boy. Quebec is finished. There's so much radiation, so much poisoning. You have an accident there, it's game over. All the way down to the East Coast. Sellafield on one side. You got the hemorrhaging of the St. Lawrence on the other. You're done for. You get San Jose or something else going down, it's all over. If you don't deal with it, you haven't got a hope in hell. You got enough issues right now because of Fukushima. Trust me. You got it. 1,440 St. Paddy's Day every minute of radioactive material. hemorrhaging into your ocean. It takes 130 days to cross the ocean every day behind that at 2 miles an hour. Every day behind that, 24 hours a day. Every day is 50 square miles behind it. Minimum, if not 150. Better get on fucked. Stop lying. Stop making shit up about bananas, potatoes. Start getting serious. October 21st, 2011. Physician thinks lung cancer from Fukushima will begin as soon as 2 years. October 21st, group finds 7 microsieverts per hour just outside of Tokyo. They are finding 1 million becquerels all over Tokyo. Oh, you think that turned into fairy dust? October 20th, tea leaves over 2,000 becquerels a kilogram. What was the number on that? Times 94. I'm not going to do it right now because we're running out of time. I had to have a couple puffs on my cigarette with no chemicals. There's no 4,000 chemicals. There's no filter. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Whoever woke up one morning and said, you know what, I got a great idea. I'm going to put 4,000 chemicals in a cigarette. I would just like to know who the hell that was. I really would. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit weird, but somebody woke up one morning and said, hey, I got a great idea. Let's put 4,000 chemicals in a cigarette. And a filter, make the particles smaller, get you the liner of their lungs. That's the society you live in. And they could do that legally. Because the EPA grandfathered in every chemical known to man in 1981 when they hung the shingle outside the door. Over 65,000 chemicals with no environmental human impact studies. Up to 80,000 now. Because the numbers are starting to come out. You know how to classify shit. Americans classified 77 million documents last year. They're nutty. New radiation revolting from elementary school. 20 times normal. 270 kilometers from the meltdown. 20 times normal. Normal to them is 20 times increases so far, and then that's 20 times normal. They're nut jobs. Bloomberg. Single Tokyo ward has 13 schools with radiation levels above the safety standard. There is no safety standard. You're ingesting it. Everything is like they distracted you, remember, for years. Oh, that won't hurt. You can wash it off. You couldn't wash it off your skin if it was on your skin with battery acid. You can't decontaminate Jack. Period. Unless you can't. You can't contain it. That's the bitter, utter reality. They're hiding that. They spend all day. They got 2,000 plus PR firms and hundreds of thousands and millions of apologists at every institution across the planet, in every media across the planet, right across the planet, that pander and cater and bootlick the lapdogs of the industry in order to make a meager living or a wealthy living. There's enough to go around because it's your taxes. Enjoying it? You loving it? Are you loving it? You must love it. You paid for your own misery, your own destruction, and the 8.8 million on the planet. You should be proud. Mayor, I thought the reading must be a mistake. The radiation levels in Tokyo were much higher than previously reported. Decontamination is not working. What? You grind it up, and then you put it in the incinerator and spread it again. And that's what they done. Worker dies while decontaminating in Fukushima. October 11th. I'll come over and say hi to everybody. Good night to everybody. October 11th. Increased number of horrified parents in Tokyo area as young children enjoy radioactive atom outdoors and accused of being monster parents if they act concerned. October 11, 2011. October 11, 2011. 250 kilometers from Fukushima, kindergartners playing by soil. That's so radioactive that, like all the other playgrounds. Sky high 137 readings. Government radiation figures not that trustworthy. The government they don't even know what they're doing. You gotta really know how to use these devices. You really do. You truly do. In this day and age. You can't take a Geiger counter and measure 7,500 becquerels in your glass of water. You got to dry up a cubic meter and weigh it up and work it out that way. Because that's how it's done. Because it's not radioactive. And it's got nothing to do with this equation. And so why do they keep throwing it out there? Why are they doing that? Because the teenagers are all nuclear guinea pigs. And the kindergarten and the elementary and the senior citizens and everybody foolish enough to believe a friggin' word the insane people speak. Well, there we go, folks. We battered the shit out of that tonight. And I never even got through a tint of what I got there. Not much I can do about it. I'll save it for the next time. Okay. That's the whole problem. I need to go like 8 hours straight one of these days and just get all this shit out of my chest. Get it off my shoulders. Fucking rock and roll. Excuse the language. Sue me. Okay. Good night, Rick. Mr. I Can See, Ray Clay, Dr. Goodhart, Punisher. Keep up the good work, bud. Pia, thank you. Nuts for Art, Scottish Girl, Tracy May, James Beck, Toxic, MSV, yes, and Wanda. War Prophet, Missing Sky. You're a tireless one, you are. You don't stop. You, Miss Milky, must have a secret. I want to know what it is. Hey, Jake, stick to the friggin' topic. Ah, I see. Good night, Ray Clay, Ned Deep Press, and Stacey. I'll come and check that one after. And Steven, I wonder what that's all about. And Nuts for Earth, and Cats Alive, and Irinarel, and I screwed up. I'll get another few moments in. Mickey Smith. What did Mickey say? If man-made radiation was safely safe, why the fuck do they claim it's safe? They kill the planet, and not even a cockroach could live. They will be bigger, man. Won't find with animals. You lost me. I must have missed the punchline somewhere else. But he made a good point, because they killed the friggin' planet. That's what they done. Albert! Everybody, good night. We stay safe, Mr. I Can See. And Thirst. I almost forgot you. Haha, got you in there, Stacy. Hi, Stacy. Don B. Cats Alive. David Maurer. Sylvia. Toxic. I'll catch a couple names as I'm hanging up. Watch out for the racket. Sorry, Adam. Chris Barton. Good night, folks. And Kate's got chat room below. There's all kinds of links below. Rad Chick has got more articles. Kevin's got good video up there. And I mean, so many people I don't even mention. Susan from Before Snooze, you'll find links below. Thomas Ackerman, who I really like Thomas's videos, by the way, folks. I stream them. Like Kevin, and I stream them like Miss Milky and Missing Sky and everybody else, and Stacy and Mama Knox and everybody else out there. You know, I'm finding it. If I haven't seen it, I'm streaming it. The minute I find it, I'm streaming it. And you people are working hard. And you know, that's I can't stress enough, and I try to always say that, how important it is we have to support each other, particularly those that are struggling for views, struggling for encouragement, struggling for the truth and the ability to not have to do what they're doing. They shouldn't have to do what they're doing. None of these people below my video, on my video, should have to be here, should have to be doing what they're doing. Nobody. We have paid our government inconceivable amounts to do that job. We have paid, we have given and bestowed that duty, that honor to our media, to our academics, and they have all punched us out every time we try to put our faith into them. That has to stop. There is no future. There's no future for anybody unless people in the positions make a stand. People in the positions. If you got fired for telling the truth, you will be the most popular person on the planet. People will want your book. People will want to interview you. You will have no problem getting another job. But you have that platform. You have that ability. And at least tweet out on your site, I was a teenage nuclear guinea pig. At least do that for me. Or search on Google and add to the index. If you watch the video, search it on Google, just once even, we might get a trendy topic out of it. Let's try that. We never tried it before, right? Okay, folks. Good night, everybody. Fix it, stupid. I never got you in there. I know you're out there. Haha. Grandma Goalie. Everybody else, we'll see you again soon.